Angelica Easterlina, and I'm an international relations student in Bina Nusantara University. So this video is basically a substitute for my class presentation assignment, and I didn't make it on that day. So now I'm going to do a presentation on energy security. Actually, I'm not really good in energy security. So if any of you guys feel like you're smarter than me and you know better, you know more than me, you can just like comment or give your suggestion or your theory about this energy security down below. About energy security, well, energy is like one of the most important part of our lives, because in every sector of economic, especially in industrialization, we of course need energy. Not only that, but also in our daily lives, like even civilians like us, students and workers, we all use energies, right? Okay guys, so talking about energy, most of us in the world right now dependent or even highly dependent on only oils and coals as the source of our energy right now. But well, looking at the condition of the world right now, where those traditional or conventional kinds of energy are actually shrinking and we run out of those kind of energy, so we are faced to this kind of crisis where we are forced to be able to find other new energy sources. And we can see that need of having more energy source has become like somehow also a source of disputes, also a source of even war. We see countries like US, who is one of the biggest consumer of energy in the world, sometimes act even in any possible way to protect their energy supply, and they consider even any countries that will block or mess up with their energy supply chain as a threat, and they will tackle them down even with military. It's not a question that particular attitude can cause a lot of conflicts and suffering in this world. There's a lot of cases, a long list of cases in the Middle East where US act like as US. So I believe, as a liberalist, I'm pretty much a liberalist, I believe in cooperation. So I think that countries cannot depend on themselves anymore to have their energy sources, and they are faced to the condition where they really need to cooperate with each other if they want to have energy sufficiency. And one of my cases in my paper is about the ASEAN. So ASEAN is this one regional institution, right? And they cooperate in many aspects of life, including politics, education, even in energy. So actually, this ASEAN already have this energy security cooperation before, but somehow it's not really working so well because they are still faced with a threat that might not be energy sufficient in the coming or in the following few decades in the future. Okay, but there is this one problem with ASEAN is because they have this non-interference principle. Sometimes, all the agreement and resolution that they have agreed on in several seminars or in several meetings, it's not being very well conducted in real life because it depends on each country's favor of willing or not to implement those kinds of resolutions and those kinds of resolutions. Well, it is such a pity because actually ASEAN has like a lot in store. They have a lot of energy potentials, even renewable energy potentials that is still not being developed well by the government. So I think personally, if ASEAN wants to achieve energy security, being an energy sufficient region, and moreover in the future maybe they can also become one of the options for energy suppliers in the world when all the oil in the Middle East run out. If ASEAN can develop themselves well, I think they can achieve that particular thing. They can be even suppliers, not only being a energy sufficient region. But most of all, please, leaders in ASEAN and everywhere else, you guys really need to put a lot of work in it. I mean, like, for all the agreements that you have agreed on, all the resolutions, it has to come to one, real action with specific target for every member state to accomplish, so we can see the development of that particular resolution. So it's not only another agreement on paper, so it's something real. So I think as also part of the ASEAN, we need to go there so that we can control the world and we can achieve energy security, at least for our region. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope, I don't know, there must be a lot of flaws and this is just like a brief video, but I hope you like it. And still, again, I remind you, if you think that you're smarter than me, and I'm sure there's a lot of you out there who is definitely smarter than me, you can just like comment and everything else. So thank you. I hope I pass this class. Wish me luck.